Since 2017, they've been bringing the wood-fired flame to the streets of Oxnard. Please welcome the craft and the heart behind Woodstock Farina, Victor. Hey, Victor. Hi. How are you? Of
Hi, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
course. Thank you so much for being a guest. So let's start by just getting into, your story, your history. I know you guys are out in California.
Yeah, we're in Ventura County, California. Mobile pizzeria, been roaming the streets since 2017 and still going strong. We're participating this year at the LA Pizza City Festival happening at LA Live, April
Nice.
25th. So we'll be there among giants of the pizza industry. So we feel very honored to be part of that.
Very, very cool. So did you grow up in California?
I grew up in Santa Clarita. I'm originally from Mexico, Oaxaca. No, I
Uh-huh.
migrated to the States when I was two. When I came, my family settled in Santa Clarita, but we settled with my family introduced the entrepreneurship, which to me was just the way of life, living, seeing different things that they would do, to make it. And I just embraced that. And that's why, working with, at different in culinary aspects, kitchens, um, until I just decided to I just want to do my own thing, as a side hobby, being that private chef, being some like, making pizzas on the side until it just took off. And I'm like, all right, let's make it happen. This is actually my third year where out of Woodstock that I'm actually devoted to it. It's actually not a hobby. It's my life. It's, what I enjoy doing. And it's one of those things that I'm just grateful, passionate for, and I'm just very excited to see what the future entails.
That's really cool. Now, can you take me back to, the day or the time where you were like, okay, I'm going to make pizza my career?
So we opened up this grocery store. A group of us opened up this grocery store in Malibu. Had to design the whole deli department, the whole aspect to it. And one part of it was this wood fire oven that they had. So I had to develop, the concept, making these recipes, the dough, the sauce, and everything like that. And I mean, I had experience in it, but not to embrace to make an actual concept. And that's how it just started from there. Just came up and I started noticing that I was selling a lot more pizzas and, slices than the panini sandwiches or the deli meats that we would cut or the hot bar. It was just a lot more push. So, a couple customers would come up and say like, "Hey, do you have could you do this at someone's house?" Sure, let's go see what, how to do it. And, I'd show up and they would have these beautiful like wood fire stone ovens in their house, like, and it was just for show, unused. It was just there. And I'm like, okay, I have to start lighting it for the first time. Oh yeah, we had this house like for 10 years now. We haven't used it once. It's just for decoration. Okay. So I would just start making it and, people would come over, their guests and, "Oh, hey, could you do the same thing at my house?" "Sure." And it just started jumping and jumping and jumping until like, I had a good following of people in Malibu that were, clients, just calling me for Friday night sessions like, "Hey, I'm having the boys over for poker night. I have my, kid's birthday party I'm just gonna throw. Could you come over and just make some pizzas?" And that's how it all just started snowballing from there, and I'm like, I really enjoy what I'm doing.
That's so cool. So essentially, you created this space in the grocery store and then connected with all these people and then sort of became known as the person who went and you put on these pizza events, basically.
Yeah, and the grocery industry, especially, it's just the connection you build with so many customers. You just don't know, who's coming in, who's like everyone goes to a grocery store at one point or another in their life, just to buy simple ingredients. And that's a beautiful connection that you make with them. In this instance, working in Malibu, of course, the clientele that goes in to the grocery, to make um a lot of them were personal private chefs that work in Malibu that would come into the store and that's that connection like, "Oh, what do you need?" Like, "I'm in a hurry. I need, this, and this." "Yeah, dude." And from there you start picking up, you're like, "Oh, you're a chef. You need some," and make that connection right there and say like, "If you ever need an extra pair of hands, I get off work at 3, at 5 in the afternoon, let me know. Boom, let's make it happen. And, that connection just made and you build that friendship and, you go from one place to another. I was fortunate enough to, ended up working as, for Ingo, who was Wolfgang Puck's first sous chef when he, came to the States back in the 80s and just did his thing and, learning so much from him. But that was that connection working at the grocery industry because he comes in and you don't know who you're talking to and he's like, "Hey, I just need a pair of hands. Could you come and help me? Let's make it happen." And that to me was like that foundation of just growing, expanding your knowledge.
Yeah, you absolutely just, grew your network.
Mhm, mhm.
Very cool. It really reminds me so much, and it's on a different level, but my grandfather was an immigrant from Abruzzo, Italy, worked in the coal mines, and then he opened an Italian market. And everyone in the town knew him before he opened his pizzeria in 1960. So that power of connection is just so powerful and strong no matter when it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. It's just you connect through people through food.
Yeah.
You get to know them through what they serve you. To me, it's like it's all about love when I want to, talk to someone new, like connecting and just like, here's a dish. It's made for me. It's like my inner soul, like on a plate to you guys to introduce who I am.
Yeah. Is that your favorite part of making pizza?
Yeah, actually, it's for me, it's that wood fire element to it.
Yeah.
It just reminds me so much of home. How, in Oaxaca, that's how our cuisine is so much wood fire element to it, the smokiness and everything. And to me, I wanted to incorporate my heritage and mix it with the Italian, like the pizza, and not just pizza, but more items that you can be able to cook inside a wood fire oven. After the ashes are out, the flame is gone, the oven still sits warm. So what else could you do with it? You can slow roast meats, vegetables, make bread in it. It's just a beautiful piece of equipment that has so much ability.
Yeah, and I really love the fact that you're taking your heritage and you're taking your history and you're putting that together with pizza and the heritage and history there because that's really what pizza has been about, especially
Mhm.
now in America, is just people from all over creating it and making it different and changing. And I really love that about pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a universal language that will connect anyone. You don't even have to speak to just pizza will connect you, will bring you together. And that's, to me, that's what it was about. That I just love what we do. Set up with different wineries, breweries, in the Ventura County, and just been fortunate enough to just keep on growing in that aspect. Been unfortunate, like so happy to actually meet these idols that I started looking through on, through Instagram and just seeing, what they were doing and then coming to Pizza Expo, different pop-up events and just seeing them and like, introducing myself and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know you," kind of like, "Wow, that's cool." Here I am like, idolizing what you guys are doing and it's like I'm making an impression that I'm like, "Okay, we're getting there." It's getting there and it's a long road and it's never going to stop and that's the beauty of it, that it won't stop. You still learn different techniques. You're still going to learn this. You're going to interact with new people that, will always teach you something and that's what's the beauty about it. For me, the culinary world, that you're just like a sponge absorbing, absorbing, absorbing and it's like there's always more to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now let's talk about the food. Talk about your menu and what you serve and if it changes from place to place or how you kind of came about with that.
Yeah, so for my pop-ups, I tend to do a limited menu depending on where I am. With breweries, obviously it'll change. From wineries, it's more of a elegant kind of menu. So that's what I like about it, that it always affects where I am. That will change my menu. When it comes to catering, I love, like, I have a set menu of what people could order, but I love being able to talk to the individual to say, like, let's build something unique for you. Like I want, this experience to be for you to remember. I got like Woodstock Farina to do our catering event, but their menu was for me. And that's what I love, to be able to chat with, the client, just like, let's build you a pizza that is going to be your pizza unique for the day.
That's so cool. And then for like your standing menu, what are some of the things that you have usually?
So we always have a margarita,
Mhm.
very classic, very light. I love it, and it's our take on it. We add a little bit of oregano to the sauce before we actually cook it. We have we call it we call it the highlight. It's our take on the classic Nard. If you're from Oxnard, you would know that's how the locals will. I'm from the Nard, but it's pepperoni, Italian sausage, grilled sweet onion, basil,
Mm.
mozzarella on a red sauce. We have the Maestro, my take on the mushroom white pizza. So it has mushrooms, roasted confit garlic, use the same oil to kind of give it that final touch at the end. It's a mixture between fontina cheese, mozzarella, and then in the oven comes out, give it that nice little touch at the end of garlic, roasted garlic oil, and top it off with spicy. So that one's always a huge, huge popular one. And then from there, I like to mix it up. Sometimes I have a Spanish style chorizo con papas pizza. I have an al pastor pizza. My take on that, and that's the one we used when we participated last time at the pizza fest. It's like I want them to be. It's an al pastor taco on a pizza, and I want you guys to enjoy that. To see. But we've done too a chilaquiles pizza too,
Mm.
chilaquiles, red sauce on a crust, queso fresco, the asada pizza. So it's really playing playing with certain, um, Mexican ingredients and just seeing what we can do with it. We participated last year at the Casa Pacific in Camarillo,
Mhm.
and our pizza that we decided to go with was my grandma's recipe of chicken mole pizza.
Wow.
Yeah, we took second place, but just the fact, like, I just wanted to participate in that event as I'm trying to showcase my heritage, my ingredients. This mole is from Oaxaca.
Wow.
And if you know everyone, mole, when it comes, in Mexico, everyone has a recipe of their mole. To me,
Mhm.
it's like being able to bring that aspect and say, like, here's my recipe from my family's mole that I grew up eating and would see firsthand how my grandma would make it from scratch to like just bringing it together. That's one thing I wanted to showcase, in this competition, showing you guys my heritage. And, I was very honored when they called me up, like, second place. I was like, wow, I wasn't even trying to be up here, but I feel very honored that I was able to bring my heritage and show it to you guys.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So my husband is Latin American and he spent a lot of time working in Mexico. So many of I mean, I haven't had them on pizzas, but many of the dishes that you're talking about, he's talked to me about before and they just sound incredible. It's so cool and unique and it's not something that, you see people doing with pizza every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love the way it's evolved. Pizza
Yes.
is evolving and it'll continue to evolve. And that's just talking about Mexico. There's a couple pizzerias in Mexico that I've gone to when I go back to visit, and I'm just so amazed of what they do on their spin. But that's just Mexico. That's not, the rest of the world, what they're doing. Pizza is just so universal that I love just how it could expand and just go in many directions. And that's just the beauty and the community too. Pizza makers, I love the fact that in today there's so much connection community when it comes to the pizza industry. And it's not about competition. It's not about whose pizza is better than whose. It's about sharing the ideas, coming together and being like, I like your take on that. Let's talk about it. What gave you that inspiration? And that's what, to me, that's the beauty that brings, the pizza community. Like, I love this. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy each other's company, have good conversation, especially around food. And what better way to do it than with a slice of pizza?
Yeah, that's totally true. I mean, when I started the podcast, of course, I thought, well, the people that are the fans of the people that come on will like it. But what I'm seeing more and more is that so many people in the industry will rally around each guest and really watch the episode and comment and really like to know what the other guy's doing, which to me is really like the definition of a team.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And I just like I mentioned, I really love the direction it's all going, and, yeah, I just don't see it actually having an end. I just seeing develop, blossom into something new, and then just keep on, growing from there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Now, let's say that, you're doing a pop-up, you're doing an event, and somebody comes up to you for the first time. What would you want them to know about you that they may not know when they first walk up?
I guess that I hope they can get I hope they can get the impression just how much of my soul, like my love I'm putting into the pizza I'm giving you guys. That I just don't see it as a business of just let's move, let's like, in and out of the oven, onto the plate, let's go, let's like I actually want them to see that every pizza that I'm serving you is actually taking into consideration that I see everything from start to finish to look at how the dough's being stretched, the toppings, the way it's cooked. And if it's not something that I feel comfortable enough with, I will not serve it to you. And that's one thing that I like really hope without having to say it, customers would appreciate to know that he cares so much about what he's giving us that he's willing to actually let's let me apologize. Let me make it sober again. I really don't feel comfortable how this is coming out, but I want to be able to showcase and show you the best we.
Yeah, you're providing the best experience they can have.
Yeah, and
Very nice.
yeah, it's just being able to have that conversation too with customers, like you just never know who you're gonna meet, who's gonna walk up to you, and it's just building a good reputation, just like having
Yeah. Yeah, they know that you're doing it right, that you really care about what you're doing. That's really important, I think, whether you're making pizza or no matter what job you have.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And to me it's like making this, I don't see it as a job. There's when I first started, there were days that I didn't even sell 10 pizzas, but I just kept on going, and now with I just enjoy so much being able to stretch talking to someone when it comes to food, especially people foodies that come up to us and just like, start talking like, "What's your hydration on your dough?" Like how like all these questions. That's when I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's talk." Like as I'm stretching, I'm like, interacting and just chatting with them, and like I love doing that. It's just that chef's table corner, that like I like having when go ahead and chat. Like, I'll listen to you, I'll see so you can also see how we're working, but it's fun. It's fun to interact with.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Is there a time or a moment that you remember that was just like something that was really special when you were serving someone pizza that kind of sticks in your mind?
Uh, yeah, actually, it was special in a wedding. That client came up to us, as a mystery shop at one of our pop and never noticed the client and everything, just came up to us and just like, "Let me place, a pizza order," and walked away. Okay. We made the pizza. Everything, called the client up, "Here you go, thank you for coming up." I explained a little of the pizza that she picked. She like, "You picked the Maestro, like, the mushrooms, you saute them." Just giving them a little, like, backstory to the pizza of how it kinda came up with it to bring those, ingredients together.
Mhm.
And she left, came back, and she's like, "Which one of you is Vic?" "Hi," you know? Uh I've been talking to you via email. I'm such and such. We were going back and forth about possibly doing my catering for my wedding. Oh yeah, hi. How's it going? She's like, okay, I had to come and try your pizza. I know this where I want to go. I know I want to have you guys at the wedding to provide for us. Right now, let's settle everything. If you have chance, like I want to put down the deposit. Let's make it happen. So we were able to like to finalize everything in that in the moment from the date that done, and came wedding time, did the same thing, presented herself, did the event, and she just comes up afterwards and just like, "I'm happy I made the right decision." There's a lot of other pizzerias out there, yeah, with heavier stance on the name that provide, the same catering service and everything like that, but we were able to make such an impression, and I feel it had to do with t treating every customer the same way. She came up as a mystery shopper, we didn't know who it was. And I was just myself with the customer, and I feel that that also helped besides, the pizza and everything, but I also helped, making sure that that customer, knew that she was being seen and felt. that we knew we were gonna make a pizza. It was just not a number or another customer in the books. You were.
Yeah, I love it. Just more of the personal connection.
Mm.
Very nice. What does the future look like?
Good question. We've had people come up to us and just ask, like, "Why haven't you opened up the brick and mortar? Why haven't you done this?"
Sure.
I guess my thing is I like to be free, like roaming around. I like the ability to be able to go to our customer instead of, you know, being at a brick and mortar and waiting for the customer to come to.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of like, the whole catering atmosphere, to be able to keep on going. And yeah, I don't know. It's just something about being able to pull the truck in, connect the trailer to the truck, go to the event and on the freeway just getting honked at, getting waved at, getting like, "Oh, it's you guys," like, kind of thing, and it's like, I like that, and so I don't exactly know just yet if there is a brick and mortar in the future, it's gonna be more of a like a commissary kitchen that belongs to us. This is our main
Yeah.
kitchen. This is where we're gonna, experiment, make things, try new things out, invite guests over, like when they want to have a tasting or something, like invite them over to a private kitchen and just being able to taste. And then from there, being able to go out to them, do these pop-ups, do these events, do these festivals. Cause I feel more at ease with the freedom of being able to go out than being more of a, this is my foundation, the brick and mortar, guests coming in and then being able to build from there. Yeah, there's op there's plenty of opportunities, however, I think in the future, if anything, if I lean one way towards another, it'd be more of just expanding the catering aspect.
That's great. That sounds like a perfect way just from, what you said.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah, and like I mentioned, the pizza community, I just love how open it is to being able to share these ideas with one another. I mean, like, we were at Pizza Expo and I was sitting down with another pizza maker that, has been in the industry for the roughly the same amount of time, bought a trailer too, and then opened up a brick and mortar. And it was great to sit down and actually just ask him questions. Just like, hey, now that you're in this position, how do you feel? And getting true feedback, from firsthand experience. Hey, this is how I see it. This is how I'm feeling now that I have a restaurant. Do I have more free time here? Do I have less free time there? And it's like, that's great. That's awesome to be able to talk with someone and just get that information to be able to make a decision that's going to be best suited for me, best suited for one. And it's like being able to open and talk to someone. It's great. I wish I can do the same thing to someone else that wants to like, hey, I want to start my own pizza business. How can I go about it? Let me tell you what worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe not. But I just love the idea that people just want to go out there and do.
Yeah, I do too. More pizza for everyone.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Very nice. So, Victor, what is the best way for people to find you guys?
The best way to find us is through our Instagram. Our handle is Woodstock Farina Woodstock_Farina. They could see our schedule, our monthly schedule of what we do here in Ventura County. Our information's right there, the website as well, if they want to see what we're, a little backstory of what we're about, how it all started. And yeah, just that's the best way to be able to get in contact with.
Awesome. Well, it was lovely talking to you. I absolutely love what you're doing. Your passion really shows through on your food and just the way that you've set everything up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you caught on and it's okay that the camera catches it, but I am a little nervous when it comes to talking and stuff like that. So it's not my strong suit, but that's why you never, like on my Instagram page, you never see a lot of video face to face of me speaking to the camera. I let the food do its speaking for me. But I'm really appreciative that you took the time to be able to.
Yeah, of course. No, you did great. I mean, I felt like we really covered everything and it's been a really good episode. So I'm excited to, get this out and have more people know you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for everything you're doing. Like, I love all the episodes that you brought out and the people that I follow certain pizzerias through you. So thank you for that.
Oh,
It's been a true blessing that there's people out there that want to keep on connecting us, and that's what it's
Yeah, no, thank you so much. It never feels like work doing the podcast. For me, it's like eating pizza. Like I look forward to it every time I talk to someone. I learn something, and it's been, I think, as therapeutic and helpful for me as it maybe has been for the other people that are involved.
Yeah, absolutely. It surely is, and I appreciate that. And hopefully, you're out in Ventura County sometime that you can be able to give us a.
Well, I'm planning on a U.S. pizza tour, and I do get out to California every now and again, so I will be there.